All right. Well, we're going to start talking about Twitter in the classroom. This is part one and part two. I'm Dr. Harriet Richard. I am an associate professor of psychology at Johnson C. Smith University. And I'm making this, well, it was originally for the Pichacucha, which is, I think it's 20 slides in something like 6 minutes, where you have about a few seconds a slide. But since I'm recording it on YouTube, I'm not going to do that. But it's going to go kind of quickly. So anyway, this is about the use of Twitter in the classroom, and I'll just start here. Why Twitter? Well, it's social media. It's easily read anywhere. Students are active learners, and they want to interact with the professor in and out of the classroom. At least I want them to, because I want them to see psychology everywhere. Usually, it also helps when you have a topic that is easily researchable. So not only can they use journal information, but they can also use, I don't know, people around the world. Maybe we're concerned with politics of food around the world, and they have, within their Twitter followers or people that they're following, people who are concerned about these same kinds of issues. So it's helpful to kind of expand the conversation so it's not just taking place in the classroom. Well, here are some of my Twitter rules. You can't just randomly talk about people, faculty, or scholars. You don't vent, and you've got to keep it clean. You've got to be strong about this, because what you say is out there, and it's out there for a while. When we tweet, you have 140 characters. There's research out now that says that students improve their language skills, their writing skills, when they are on Twitter, because they want to get everything in within that 140 characters. And you'd be surprised, 140 characters goes pretty fast. So these are just some of the tweets, and you can see that I also kind of at least allude to things that they can click on and find more information, such as this measuring learning and holistic assessments. And it's from LinkedIn, and they can click on this and go there, and I give them assignments, and they may have to write about everything. Not everything, but write about the things that are relevant that pertain to psychology in this particular article. Twitter for us, JC for Johnson C. Smith, PS Psychology 1, which is its hashtag JCPS1, is a gathering place for us. So when someone goes to that hashtag, they can find out all the things that we've talked about over the entire semester. Like I said, you can't just read the Twitter feed and keep up with folks, because people comment at different times. It's fast, and it's a continuous feed. In the classroom, it's helpful, as I mentioned, for the psychology journals. I embed information in tweets, sometimes little hints about the test. Yeah, well, insights about psychology, because it is everywhere. And these are some of my colleagues as we were in the faculty sandbox talking about Twitter and doing our Pichacuchas. Okay, some of the Twitter icons are home, and that's the tweets of people I'm following. The @ which shows the tweets of people connecting to me. And the hashtag, which is the #, but it's the hashtag in Twitter world. So you can discover things about topics. So there's a hashtag psychology that I go to often. There's one run by psychology, different psychology journals, and people who are interested in psychology. And the me part on the Twitter icon are my tweets, and I'll give you examples of these as we go along. The home one, as I said, are tweets from all the people I'm following, Vegetarian Times, where they talk about making this chickpea pot pie, those kinds of things. Connect, which is the @ that shows tweets responding to what I said. I did a talk to 14-year-olds, and one of my students, I asked my students to give me some hints or ideas about what they wish people had said to them when they were 14. And this young lady, Crystal, responded and said, H.W. Richard, don't let other people define your beauty. Always stay true to yourself and love yourself for who you are. That was a great tweet. Anyway, their hashtags, people ideas, hobbies maybe you may have. Neil deGrasse Tyson is not necessarily a hobby of mine, but I admire him. He's a black astrophysicist, and the one that discovered that Pluto wasn't a planet. He's done a lot more since then. I mean, he's over I think it's Hayden Planetarium in DC. I probably messed that up, but anyway, I follow him on Twitter. I followed Deepak Chopra, but he tweets every hour, or his people tweet every hour. It's too much, too much. So I also follow yoga and I follow Scandal on Thursday nights. Yes, the gladiators do tweet. The hashtag shows you what you can discover things about. And so you see the Vegetarian Times, a colleague of mine, also Neil deGrasse Tyson, and then Fair Compare. So you can get those cheap tickets to, come back to school or go away for spring break or fall break. But these are people or ideas that I follow that I'm interested in that say something that I, I perceive to be meaningful. And then me, this is where I can see all my tweets. And I retweeted the one that Neil deGrasse Tyson posted about his show Star Talk Radio. He's also doing a series on Cosmos now. Hopefully you all are catching that. Twitter icons inside to quote tweet or quote tweets, to retweet HT, which really means that you're, re-saying what someone else already said. And then the @HRichard, the @sign, which goes directly kind of to that person so they can see what you said. The quote tweet posts a picture of the person who originated the post. So you just aren't taking credit for it. Their picture's up there. When you retweet something, you're republishing what someone said to your followers, and your picture will be there, but be sure to add the HT because it's not something that you said. I think I made a little faux pas about that the first couple of times. I didn't know that. Whenever you start something new, you need to get a book or you need to try and figure out what the etiquette is, but there's probably Twitter etiquette online. And then that's what the HT lets people know who made you aware of the posting, because it's not what you said, but it's called a Hattip. Okay, that's a little arcane, but anyway, moving on. Okay, so, and here we go. Have you heard the @ This is making directing a comment you're making to someone in particular. So you're saying something to someone. You're saying @Sam. So Sam, when Sam reads his, he'll know that I'm talking to him. It'll go into, his attention will be drawn to it. What do you tweet? You decide what niche you want, what's important for you, and you just tweet it. Again, keep it clean, don't vent. Add to the knowledge in the world. Don't just talk about yourself. Okay, and then these are some references that I found, and that's pretty much it. So thank you for listening.